Hello, I am Sergeant First Class Kenneth Rose. Welcome to Shooter's Corner.
Hello, I'm Staff Sergeant Welch, and this is Staff Sergeant Turner, and we're with the Army Marksmanship Unit. And today we're going to talk about grip and stance with the pistol. First, I want to have my shooter in a good aggressive stance. He's going to have his feet shoulder width apart. All right, all his weight is going to be on the balls of his feet. All right, his knees are going to be slightly bent, torso squared up to the target, and his torso is just going to be slightly forward. Moving up to his arms, as he extends out to the target, his arms are not fully locked out. He's going to have a slight bend in his elbows. As he presses out, he's pressing straight out as if he's on rails. His sights are coming up to his head and eyes and not his head coming down. His head is actually sitting in a natural position. Now let's take a look at Sergeant Turner's grip. If you notice, his firing hand is high up onto the pistol grip. The webbing is right underneath the beaver tail. His fingers are naturally wrapped around. He's not death gripping it. And this will help with a good placement of his trigger finger. Now, if you notice, we have all this empty space right here. He's going to take his non-firing hand. Now, if you notice, he has a good tendon lockout, and this is going to help with recoil management. He's going to place his non-firing hand in that empty spot. His thumb is going to be resting right here on the takedown pin, just along with the slide. Not to impede the slide to create another malfunction, just resting naturally. And what we like to call is a front seat and back seat driver. His non-firing hand is going to naturally wrap around his firing hand, creating a good natural grip. And if you notice, he has no space in between his two palms. And this is going to help him with good recoil management. And that concludes grip. So next thing we're going to talk about is sight picture. What Staff Sergeant Turner wants to focus on is he wants to have good equal height and equal light between the front and rear aperture of his pistol. Now his main concentration is going to be on the tip of the front sight post. Any little deviation that he has within his sights, either right, left, up, or down, is going to pull his shot that way. Now let's move on to trigger squeeze. As Sergeant Turner pulls that trigger straight back to the rear, he wants to have consistent pressure straight back. Now, as he pulls it straight back to the rear, he's keeping good concentration on the tip of that front sight post. We like to say that as he pulls the trigger back, he's moving that sight post straight down the barrel through that rear aperture, keeping all concentration on it. As he pulls it back, I'm going to come up and I'm going to grab the slide and rack it back to the rear. Now there's a couple things that you notice. You notice that he's in a good body position. You notice he has good recoil management. And once he has good recoil management, you also notice that that pistol snaps back down on the target. Once it snaps back down on a target, he's going to check his work through his sights again, continuing looking at the front sight post. Now the gun is on single action. Now the trigger is going to be a little bit softer than it was on double action. So he's going to take the slack out of the trigger. Once he takes the slack out of the trigger, he's going to come to what we like to call a wall. And now he's just going to apply straight pressure back to the rear, breaking the shot. Now the gun will go off, it'll cycle, and he's in a good body position, good recoil management. And after that, we want to tell him to focus on his sights and reset that trigger. He resets the trigger, comes to the wall again, and breaks the shot. I'm Staff Sergeant Welch, and this is Staff Sergeant Turner, and that concludes sight alignment and trigger squeeze. We'll see you next time on the range.
This was Shooter's Corner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.